What if I told you that the most dangerous damage happening in your life right now is completely silent? No noise, no warning, just thoughts. Endless thoughts. The kind that replay conversations at 2 a.m., imagine worst-case scenarios, and turn small problems into huge fears. Overthinking feels harmless because it's invisible. But inside your body and mind, it's doing more than you realize. If this topic speaks to you, take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to Break Nora. It helps this community grow, and it tells me you want more content that actually protects your mental health. Now let's talk honestly about what overthinking is really doing behind the scenes. Overthinking usually starts with something small. Maybe someone looked at you differently. Maybe you made a tiny mistake at work. Maybe you're waiting for a message that hasn't arrived. Your brain starts asking questions. What did I do wrong? What if they're upset? What if this ruins everything? At first, it feels like you're just being careful, responsible, a deep thinker. But here's what's actually happening. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real threat and a mental one. When you imagine a bad outcome, your body reacts as if it's real. Your amygdala sends a danger signal. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline rush into your bloodstream. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, your breathing becomes shallow, and you're just sitting there, thinking. When this stress response activates once in a while, it's normal. But overthinkers don't activate it once. They activate it again and again, sometimes for hours every single day. That constant stress slowly drains your energy. You feel tired, but your mind won't stop. You want rest, but your brain keeps scanning for problems. Over time, high cortisol levels can affect your sleep. You lie in bed exhausted, but your thoughts feel louder in the dark. You replay conversations, you imagine future disasters. Even if you fall asleep, your body stays tense. You wake up feeling like you never fully rested. The next day, you're more sensitive, more emotional, more reactive, and the cycle continues. Overthinking also clouds your judgment. The more you analyze something, the less clear it becomes. Simple decisions feel impossible. You go back and forth, again and again. Should I say this? Should I not? What if I choose wrong? Ironically, the habit you think is protecting you is actually stealing your confidence. It also affects your body in subtle ways. You may notice headaches, tight shoulders, jaw clenching, stomach discomfort. That's because when your brain senses danger, it shifts blood flow away from digestion and into your muscles. Your body prepares to fight or run, even though there is nothing to fight. The silent damage of overthinking is not dramatic. It doesn't scream, it whispers, it slowly steals your focus. It reduces your creativity. It makes you doubt yourself. It keeps you stuck in analysis instead of action. And the longer you stay in your head, the smaller your world becomes. Relationships can suffer too. When you overthink texts, facial expressions, or tone of voice, you may create problems that were never there. You assume rejection. You expect disappointment. You build emotional walls to protect yourself. But those walls also block connection. What makes overthinking so addictive is that it feels productive. It feels like you're solving something. But most of the time, you're just rehearsing pain. You're replaying past mistakes or predicting future failures. And your nervous system doesn't get a break. Chronic stress from constant worrying can weaken your immune system. It can increase inflammation in the body. It can impact memory and concentration. You may experience brain fog. You may forget small things. And then you overthink that too. Here's something important to understand. Overthinking is often your brain trying to protect you. It believes that if it scans every possible outcome, you'll be safe. But safety doesn't come from endless thinking. It comes from feeling regulated. You can't outthink anxiety. You calm it through the body. Slow breathing sends a signal that you're not in danger. Gentle movement releases stored tension. Writing your thoughts down can break the mental loop. Naming a thought, this is just worry, can reduce its power. And most importantly, taking action breaks the cycle. Even small action. When you move forward instead of replaying scenarios, your brain learns that uncertainty is survivable. Imagine how different your life would feel if your mind wasn't constantly preparing for disaster. Imagine going through a day without second-guessing every word. Imagine sleeping without mental noise. That peace is possible, but it starts with awareness. Right now, notice your body. Are your shoulders tight? Is your breath shallow? Relax them. Take one slow breath. This is how you interrupt the silent damage. Not by fighting your thoughts, but by calming your system. At Brenera, we talk about these hidden patterns because understanding them changes everything. When you realize overthinking is a stress response, not a personality trait, you stop blaming yourself. You start responding differently. You deserve a calm mind, you deserve clarity, and you deserve rest without mental chaos. The first step is noticing when your brain is creating danger where there is none. If you've been silently struggling with overthinking, I want you to know you're not alone. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this. And in the comments, tell me what triggers your overthinking the most. Is it work? Relationships? The future? Let's talk about it openly. Your experience might help someone else feel understood. Remember, thoughts are powerful, but they are not always true. The more you practice stepping out of the loop, the quieter your mind becomes. Be gentle with yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.